ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਗੋਬਿੰਦੇ ਮੁਕੰਦੇ ਉਦਾਰੇ ਅਪਾਰੇ, ਹਰਿਯੰ ਕਰਿਯੰ ਨਿਰਨਾਮੇ ਅਕਾਮੇ। ਗੋਬਿੰਦੇ ਮੁਕੰਦੇ ਉਦਾਰੇ ਅਪਾਰੇ, ਹਰਿਯੰ ਕਰਿਯੰ ਨਿਰਨਾਮੇ ਅਕਾਮੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ। Because of Maharaj's Kirpa, we did Vichar of last time about what is Brahmanand and what is the avastha of Jivan Mukt. So in the last Dohra, we did Vichar of that those who have completely eradicated their Ichha with the Kirpa of Seva Simran Naam. So what Naam does is it eradicates all other Ichhama, all other desires. And those whose desires have been completely conquered, completely destroyed. Just like how when we plant a seed of something in the soil, the outcome, the result is of that specific plant. If we um, put a seed of a mango seed, the plant is gonna give mangoes. Same way, when Abhyasi Jan does Abhyas of Naam in their Hirde, all that ends up having the result of his Naam of Atam Anand, Atam Gyan, Brahm Anand. So, what happens because of that? Because there are no desires left in the Hirde of a Brahmgyani, they reach a state of Puran Ananda Avastha. So, they are always in this Ananda state, whether they are in the Sangat, whether they are doing Kirtan, whether they are talking to anyone, this Brahmananda, Jivan Mukta Avastha, they remain while they have the physical body as well. Maharaj says, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਗਿਆਨ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਅਗਿਆਨ ਦੀ ਨਿਵਰਤੀ, ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਇੱਛਾਵਾਂ ਦੀ ਨਿਵਰਤੀ ਹੋਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਆਪਣਾ ਚਿੱਤ ਸੇਵਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਦਾ ਸਦਕਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਤ ਦਿਸਦਾ ਹੈ. So those abhyasi jan who do nishkam seva, they do simran, they study Brahm Vidya, they take gyan from an ustad, from the Vidya Guru, from Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, those who do vichar of Gurbani with Sangat. While they are alone as well, they do vichar of Gurbani, and because of that gyan, it is the kirpa of the Guru that all their desires become fulfilled. How does the desires become fulfilled? When they get the Puran Darshan, when they understand, when they experience who they are as the Atma, all the desires, they know that they are not the man, they are not the buddhi, they are not the intellect, they are not any, their real sarup, the Atam sarup already has everything in it, and it is beyond the desires. So because of that practice through the wisdom, they understand, they experience, they become their real sarup as well. So in that way, they become completely still in that Atam Avastha. And in that stillness, they experience peace, because the very nature of Sat Chit Ananda Sarup is peace. That's why it's called bliss as well. There is constant as a flow of Ananda peace that never ends. This peace doesn't have any end to it. So in that Atam state, the those who have realized their Atam Sarup, they have become one with that, they experience the same peace. So in that way, the whole world to them appears as peace, as peaceful as well. They have no duality left in their intellect. ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਚਿੱਤ ਤਿੰਨਾਂ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਆਦਿ ਬਿਆਦੀ ਉਪਾਦੀ ਰੂਪ ਤਾਪਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਤ ਸੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਨ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਾ ਜਗਤ ਸੜਦਾ ਦਿਸਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਆਫਟਰ ਵਿਦ the Atam Gyan, after the experience as well, the Brahma Gyanis or the Adi Vyadi Upadi, the problems of. So those who have not attained, those who have not realized, those who have not done Seva, Simran, Nishkam Seva, those who have not gone to the Sharan of the Guru, those who have not spent time with the Guru, those who have not built up their character, changed according to the Gurmat, they still experience the physical, the mental. So Ati means physical um, problems, Vyadi means mental, and Upadi means metaphysical, such as can be known as like Put, Pret, or the viral or bacterial infections. And in simple way, sometimes it's called as Kala Jadoo as well. So all these, they are always constantly battling with these three problems in their life. And because of that, the world appears to them as if the world is burning as well, because in their hirde they still have these rog as well. ਸੇਵਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਜਨ ਨੂੰ ਸਲੋਕ ਸਮੀਪ ਆਦ ਮੁਕਤੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਸੰਸਾਰਕ ਸਵਰਗ ਆਦ ਦੇ ਸੁੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਛਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਨਿਰਇੱਛਤ ਹੋਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੱਬ ਦੀ ਦਰਗਾਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਮਾਣਿਤ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਸੋ ਦੋਜ਼ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਜਨ, ਜਿਹੜੇ all the ਭਗਤ ਜਨ, all the Gurmukh Jan who do Seva and Simran, they do start, they know that whenever they are in Sangat, whenever, even if they are in their family, they see the same Paramatma in the family roop, while even they are doing their daily house chores, while they're doing their work as well. Anyone they come in contact with, they see that as Akal Purukh roop only, and they do Nishkam Seva. First, the Gurmukh Jan does seva in a way nishkam to know their own sarup as well. So that is a good icha. So the Gurmukh Jan wants to know who they are, and with that icha they do seva simran, and they do samarpan of that seva, of that simran to their guru. By doing that, they have completely, they have gone completely empty of these desires of any type of icha. As in one of the classes, we discussed different types of muktiya, salok, sameep, such as to, for example, to live in the same lok, to live in the same country as your guru. So that is the salok mukti. Or to live or to be next to your guru is one of the mukti. Or to have achieve anything in life, to chase another thing, to have any kind of desires such as bigger house, better career, bigger family, have a beautiful, great looking partner, anything, all of the, or to to think that to get gain their praise in the world, any status in the world, all these the Gurmukh Jan have or destroyed these ichhavan within themselves. And because of that, they are accepted in the Dargah of Kalpurk. So it's not, it doesn't mean that they have to leave this body and go somewhere. It's just within themselves. They have realized the Akal Sarup, and they become a paid. There is no difference left between the Akal Purakh and the Gurmukh Jan. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਤਮ ਸੁਖ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਤ ਹੋਣ ਕਾਰਨ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਤ੍ਰਿਪਤ ਰੱਜੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਰਗਾ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. So these Gurmukh Jans are actually very rare because it's not an easy journey too. When we look at that, that's why Maharaj says, Khandeo tikhi valo nikki. it's such a fine, sharp journey too, because these desires are constant. The desires are the reason why mankind is constantly chasing different things in this world, even though very well knowing that nothing is going to go forever with them. So, knowing very well that everything is under the form of time, under Kal, Kal ke banaye sabe Kal hi chabayenge. So, knowing very well, we still chase these desires. But with the Atam Sukh, the Anand, the bliss that comes with knowing the Akal Sarup, the Gurumukh Jan are always content. There is no desire of that they want one thing over another. They, even if someone, they are whatever in stage of life they are fully satisfied within them. There is no halchal happening. So it is very rare. Maharaj in Gurbani says that it's virla buje koi as well. So it's a very rare journey too. ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਾਮ ਰਤੜੇ ਗੁਰਮੁਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਸਹਿਜ ਸੁਤੇ ਸਿੱਧ ਹੀ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਦੇ ਦਿਸ ਰਹੇ ਪਦਾਰਥਾਂ ਦਾ ਅਭਾਵ ਖਾਤਮਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਗ੍ਰਹਿਣ ਪਕੜਨਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਛੱਡਣਾ ਹੈ. So Maharaj says those Gurmukh Jan who did abhyas of the Gurbani, of the Ved Shastra, and in a very prem avastha, they saw their Guru in every sarup. The Guru blessed them with did kirpa, and that abhyas gave result of Brahmanand. In that Sahaj Avastha, in that stillness, they have nothing to let go as well. There is nothing they need to be detached from, nor there is anything to hold on to in this world. Whatever is happening, they are constantly, the Gurmukh Jan remain in their Atam Sarup, and they do not do tyag of anything. They have realized that their Atam as Atam Sarup, they don't hold on to anything, nor they have to actually let go of anything. Because for them, the existence and to for something to exist and not to exist, these two things disappear completely. They are in constant flow of hukam. They themselves have become hukam roop itself. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਦਿਨ ਘਰ ਸੂਰਜ ਦੇ ਚੜ੍ਹਨ ਨਾਲ ਦੀਵੇ ਦੀ ਦੁੱਤ ਰੋਸ਼ਨੀ ਛੁਪ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. Just like how during the day when the sun rises, and what happens, even if there is a lamp or there is a diva burning, and because of the sun has risen, obviously the light from the lamp doesn't make much of a difference. So it becomes less obvious when, because the sun that has so much prakash, so much light in it, the diva is as if it doesn't even exist. Same way with Brahmanand, Paramatma di prapti wala sukh. What happens when one gets the Brahmanand, when they have attained this self realization, when they have become Puran in their Anand Sarup, all other types of desires completely become destroyed. Just like how when the sun appears and the light from the diva doesn't make much of a difference. So this anand in within their hirde is so much that no amount of other desire come even closer to this anand. They have realized that there is this in this own sarup, in this akal sarup, they are already so satisfied, so fulfilled in life that all other desires are completely vanished. So Mara says, "Oho ras piya, ehe ras nahi pava." That after Mara sings, "Oho ras," the ras of Atmavastha, the ras of this divine consciousness that Maharaj has experienced. After Piya means to realize and be one with it. So that's what it's not a literal drinking. It's becoming that roop, that there is a constant flow of anand, of this peace, and nothing else matters in this after this. No amount of desire come close to it. It doesn't even feel any blissful state, or it doesn't even give any pleasure anymore, because the ananda that is the brahmgyani, the Bhagat Jan are in, that has no end to it. So no amount of other anand comes close to it. ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਅਸਵਾਰੀਆਂ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਪੰਛੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਰਾਜਾ ਗਰੁੜ ਪੰਛੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਸ ਵਰਗੀ ਕੋਈ ਸਵਾਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਭਗਵਾਨ ਵਿਸ਼ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣਾ ਵਾਹਨ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੈ। ਇਉਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਦੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਸਭ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੀ ਰਸ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ। Now, just like how Vishnu Maharaji. Now, Garud Panchi, the bird Garud, is known as the most highest Uttam form of a Panchi, of a bird. That's why Maharaj Vishnu ji has made him as its vehicle, like he uses to ride it. So same way, it's like the Uttam Panchi. Same way, the Atam Anand, the Amrit that comes from the Amrit means that which has there is which is beyond time, which is beyond death. So in that, all the rasa, all the desires completely get fulfilled. And same way Maharaj is talking about the Atma Ananda, that this is the Amrit rasa. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪ੍ਰਤੱਖ ਸੂਰਜ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਚੜਨ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੀਵਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਰੋਸ਼ਨੀ ਫਿੱਕੀ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। Now, just like we did Vichar of that, when the sun rises up, and no matter how many lamps are there, the sun is the light from the sun eradicates the light from the lamp. So because the sun's light is extremely, like, it's so vast that it covers all the other um the light from the lamp. Same way, ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨ ਰੂਪੀ ਸੂਰਜ ਦੇ ਚੜ੍ਹਨ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਰੇ ਮੱਤਾਂ ਰੂਪ ਦੀਪ ਮੱਧਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ। In the same way, the when one experiences Brahma Gyan in their hirde, all other matta, all other thought processes, all other desires, that there is a jeev, there is Paramatma, there is a good, there is bad, all types of understandings completely become soon, as if they do not exist anymore. So that is the pratap, that is the mahanta, the importance of the Brahma Vidya, the Brahma Gyan, the experience of it, that all other understandings of any type becomes, it does not remain. That's what it means. So Brahmagyani does not see that there is a Nihanga Singh, there is Nirmale or Udasi. To them, all they experience is the Brahma Sarup. So, and they talk to the Brahma in their own avastha. The Brahma is talking to Brahma. ਸ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਟ ਗੁਰਦੇਵ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੀਖਿਆ ਲੈਣ ਦੇ ਹੇਤ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਗ ਦੇ ਵਿਵਹਾਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਖੰਡਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। So the Guru did kirpa on the Sikh, because it is important to have a vichar with your Guru, to have a conversation. Now, it's important these days. It is known that sometimes when we go to um, someone from a jathedar, we approach them, and they, rather than doing vichar, they will say, you just have to follow my advice. But Guru Sahib, even Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, he would do vichar with his Sikh. He would never say, that's why he took Amrit from the Panj Pyare as well. Ape Guru Chela. Guru Gobind Singh Ji himself promoted this thing, that my Sikh can openly come to me and do vichar of it. Same way, it is A Sikh should not shy away to talk to their Vidya Guru, to their Guru, to ask about any questions without having any doubt. And in the same way, the Guru does khandan of the whole sansar, so that the Sikh can be in the same avastha that the Guru himself is. ਗੁਰਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਸੇਵਕ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਖ ਸਹਿਤ ਬਚਨ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ. So the Guru says in a very sahaj, natural avastha, ਜੇ ਸੇਵਕ ਆਨੰਦ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਤ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਰੀਰ ਦਾ ਆਧਾਰ ਆਸਰਾ ਪ੍ਰਾਲਬਧ ਭਾਵ ਜਿਸ ਕਰਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਬਣਿਆ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਕਹੀਏ ਪ੍ਰਾਲਬਧ ਕਰਮ ਹੈ. So as we have understood, the pralabdha is basically the pralabdha karam means the actions that we did in the previous janam that led to this body. So now we understand this. The Guru explained to the Sikh that now you have understood this, that there were some actions that you did in Agyanta in the past that led to the cause of this body. And Gyanvan de lai karam bandhan roop nahi hai. So for a Gyani, a someone who, as a Gyani who understands what Brahm is, they have no bandhan left. They are liberated. That's why it's called a Jivan Mukt. They are fully free from any desires, from any bondage of whatsoever. If they are in Sangat, they are in Chardi Kala. If they are not in Sangat, they are still in Chardi Kala, in the same avastha. Reason is because for them they are no longer the doer of anything. The apa power, that separateness, has been completely eradicated from their buddhi. Sute siddh kriya hoi jandi hai. So the Brahma Gyani just observes that things are just happening through the day. They become the non-doer as well, and they know that they are in the Satchit Ananda Atma Avastha as the observer only, and they just simply observe how the Brahm plays this Khel with itself, and the Brahmagyani sees things happening through the day as well, but they never say that I am the day or I'm doing something. Within their Hirday, that thought doesn't even come that they are doing anything. They just observe that things are happening through this day, through the rest of the day in this world. ਸਿੱਖਿਓ ਵਾਚ ਦੋਹਰਾ ਗੁਰਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਤਮਵਾਨ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਤ ਹਨ ਉਹ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੌਤਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਕੇਵਲ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਦੇ ਹੁਕਮ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਇਸ ਦੇਹੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਲਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਪਦਾਰਥ ਛਕਦੇ ਛਕਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ. So Sikh tells the Guru that the Gyani, those who have the self-realization, they just play this game like a child who plays at a beach. For instance, you will have a look at you'll see a child playing at the beach, or in general, a child is just playing, and the child doesn't think too much about what's happening. The child is just in that blissful state of enjoying the play. Same way, these Brahmagyani, they enjoy, they are in this Ananda Avastha of this kid, and they only they will feed the body because they know that it is according to the hukam that the body, the fire element in the body, is feeling hungry. The hunger is because the fire element, so they will feed it. So they only do they look after their body still. As long as they want to keep the body, they will give the body whatever is required, just to about the right amounts, because they don't have any additional desires to experience, to indulge into extra material thing or any type of food or anything in general. They will only wear whatever is required. They will only eat that is required to keep the body going. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬੁੱਧੀ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਵਸਤੂਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗ੍ਰਹਿਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੀ। ਉਹ ਪਦਾਰਥਾਂ ਦੇ ਛਕਣ ਛਕਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਲੋਭ ਤੇ ਪਦਾਰਥਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੋੜਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਨ। So a Brahma Gyani, their very intellect has completely become sun in a way that they don't even think about that I should gain more from this world. Whatever comes in front of them, they don't even do any ninda of it, or they don't even say I'm not gonna have this, or I'm not gonna have like have this preferences. So they always, whatever comes in the natural state, they will just um have that thing, but they don't chase one thing after another, that to gain more from the world. They don't worry about that what's going to happen after a month, what's going to happen after years, what's going to happen, all these. So they don't, there is no basically any future planning left for a brahmagyani, because they have, their vision has become so broader that they can already see what's going to happen in the future. So in that way, they know the code of Akal Purakh, so they do not attach themselves with any of that, of this sense of gaining more from out of this world. Jiho jiha mil gaya parmeshwar de. So whatever in the hukam they get, if someone talks to them, they will reply in the same way. If someone gives them food, they will eat it. If someone doesn't give them anything extra, they wouldn't get upset about it as well. So they just eat whatever is naturally provided to them. If in the grihस्थी, they will eat whatever is naturally available to them. And ਉਹ ਬੜੇ ਧੀਰਜਵਾਨ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਤ ਤੇ ਹੰਗਤਾ ਮੰਗਤਾ ਮਮਤਾ ਰੂਪ ਅਵਿਦਿਆ ਆਦ ਰੋਗਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਤ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ. They have so much patience in them, and in that patience as well, in that their atam sarup as well, they have no meri. They don't even think that I am there is, the world is different to them. So there is no separate selfish behavior left in them, and they are free from any of these disease. Basically, these are a disease, that to think that I'm separate. So basically, an agyani is constantly thinking about how can I gain more out of this world. But the Brahmgyani knows that they are not here to gain out of this world. They are only here to enjoy, to be in this Anandavastha of the Brahma as well. And in Gurbani, Maharaj says, Meri Meri Karte Janam Gyo, that we are wasting this life by constantly doing chintan of me, mine, myself. Everyone, as in their mind, that is the sort of process. But what Guru teaches is that to rise above your this separate identity and to see the divine khed going on and to be that divine. So these Brahmagyani, they are in that avastha. ਗਿਆਨ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਨੇ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੀ ਅਕਲ ਬੁੱਧੀ ਸੰਸਾਰਕ ਪਦਾਰਥਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਵ ਲੀਨ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਪਦਾਰਥ ਅਗਿਆਨੀ ਜੀਵ ਦੇ ਸੰਸਾਰਕ ਜੰਮਣ ਮਰਨ ਦੇ ਜੰਜਾਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਬਣਨ ਕਰਕੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਗਿਆਨੀ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਿਆ ਹੰਗਤਾ ਸਹਿਤ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਲਈ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਿਆ ਕਰਮ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਤੇ ਸੁੱਖ ਦਾ ਹੇਤੂ ਹੈ। So those Agyani Jan, just like myself, when the Agyani doesn't know that who they are, that the intellect is always chasing the one thing after another. Now, it could be related to work, it could be related to family, it could be anything in general, but there is always this constant desire, the constant chase going on. So even that is live lean. Live lean means to be to do this. The chitta becomes one with this product. So when the chitta of Agyani is always chasing the next thing, the because of that they go through the janam of the cycle of birth and death, because whatever the thought the agyani will have at their last, whenever the call comes and the death comes, whatever thought, the last thought the gyani, the person will have, they will take the roop of that form. So it's not that's how the janam maran gate is continued. Whatever the last thought is, the person takes that form itself. That's why the brahmagyani have no desire, which means they are in their atam sarup, they have no thought left. And when there is no thought, all that is present is Akal Purakh, then they does not take any birth as well. But only if they want to take birth, they will do an Icha of it, and then they will take birth for the Parupakar of others, so that others can wake up as well. So in this way, the Agyani Jan, they are always doing this constant practice of that I am the doer, I am this, I'm this body, I'm this mind, I have to attain this from this world, I have to gather this, I don't like this person. So there is this constant I-ness going on, which becomes the cause of the dukh and sukh. But when we rise above this, that we are not this body, we're not this mind, we're not this thought as well, and we become the observer of it, we realize that we have this observer, this awareness, this field of awareness has always been actually there. And when we practice in this way, no amount of dukh nor sukh reaches this avastha. ਗਿਆਨਵਾਨ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੇ ਇੰਦਰੇ ਸੰਸਾਰਕ ਪਦਾਰਥਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਕੰਮਾਂ ਕਾਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਵਲੀਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਸੰਸਾਰਕ ਪਦਾਰਥਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਿੱਤ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਤਿਆਗ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ. So for a Gyanvan, those with for the Brahmagyani, their chintan of sansar completely vanishes. And the reason is because there is no sansar left. The sansar is only at the level of intellect because of agyanta. But the Gyani Jan, when they do abhyas with the kirpa of Guru, the intellect becomes pure, and in that Shuddhi of Antakaran, in the pureness of that intellect, the world no longer exists there. They do not get any thoughts about duality. They do not get any thoughts about you versus me, friend versus enemy. So all that completely get destroyed. And in that way, they remain detached from that. And ਇਸੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਕੁਝ ਤਿਆਗਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਕੁਝ ਗ੍ਰਹਿਣ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ. So in this way, when they have become sthit in their Atam Sarup, they neither remain detached from anything nor they consume anything, because they know that there is nothing left to do tyag of as well, because it is all Brahm. It's like this like let's understand through the example of space element. Now in the space element there is no friction whatsoever. Same way in the atom sarup, in the field of awareness there is absolute no friction. So the awareness itself does not hold on to anything, nor it expels anything. So there is no desire left of for the Brahmagyani to hold on to anything, nor they have any desire to let go of anything, because they know they are simply present in that, in their Atam Sarup, and everything is just happening through the hukam. मेरा आत्म स्वरूप अनंत बेअंत ਅੰਬ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਭਰੇ ਓਦ ਸਮੁੰਦਰ ਵਾਂਗ ਮਰਿਆਦਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੈ. ਮਰਿਆਦਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਤੇ ਅਨੰਤ ਅੰਤ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਤ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਸਰੂਪ ਹੈ. So Sikh says to Guru that this Atam Sarup, I understand that it's an antato rehat. There is no end. So just like when we draw a circle and we can say there is no start point of the circle and there is no end as well. Same way in this Atmavastha, the consciousness, there is absolute no starting point or end in it. ਜਿਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਚਿਤ ਰੂਪ ਹਵਾ ਸ਼ੁਹਨਾ ਕੀਤੀ. So when the air touched this Atam Sarup and it created a thought. And what happened after that thought? That a thought that may I become from one to many. Eko ham bohoshama. So when this desire came into Akal Purakh's mind in that way, when the air blew into this consciousness, and what happened? It led to creation of a thought. And that thought was, मैं ਇੱਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਰੂਪ ਹੋਵਾਂ, that may I become in many forms. So that's how the ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ started this ਖੇਡ। ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਰੂਪ ਸਮੁੰਦਰ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਬ੍ਰਹਮਾ ਵਿਸ਼ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਿਵ ਜੀ ਰੂਪ ਲਹਿਰਾਂ ਉੱਠੀਆਂ। So when we see that, when we look at an ocean, and when the wind touches the surface of the ocean, it gives birth to the wave. Same way, when the air element touched the consciousness in a way, it gave birth to Brahma, Vishnu, Shivji in different types of. So these are different qualities. As we know that Brahma represent the creation, Vishnu represent the preserver, and Shivji is a representation of the destruction. So these Sato, Rajo, Tamo are constantly happening once that wind touches, goes through the Hirday as well. So and through that it gave birth. Now it looks like it gave birth, but actually when the wind touches the ocean, does the ocean actually go anywhere? No, the ocean remains as it is. But because when the wind blows, it appears the waves start to take form, and then again when the wind becomes settled down, the waves become one with the ocean again. And the water element is the same in the ocean. Same way, when the air element blows in, it gives form to the thought, and in that thought different types of status are formed in that। ਹਿਰਦੇ ਦੀ ਚਿੱਤ ਰੂਪ ਬਾਤ ਹਵਾ ਹੁਣ ਠੰਡੀ ਭਾਵ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਲਈ ਜੀਵ ਰੂਪ ਲਹਿਰ vileen ho gaiyan han. So for Gurumukh, for a Brahmgyani, when they are breathing in, that air that is blowing in the hirde no longer creates these separate identity. So that's what it means. When we are breathing in, the thoughts come in. And when we are in that constant flow of air is going on. But for a Brahmagyani, they have become so still in their Atmavastha. And actually, from experience, they know that the air can't even touch that, because the Atmavastha is so distant from the air as well. It's, they know that they're not the space element as well, they're not the air element as well. So their hirde has become so shant, completely in a still state, that even if when there is air blowing in the body, there is no halchal going on. There is absolute stillness happening there. ਹੁਣ ਕੇਵਲ ਸਿਰਫ ਮੈਂ ਆਨੰਦ ਸੁਖ ਰੂਪ ਹੀ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ ਹਾਂ, and now I have just remained this Ananda Roop, which does not move at all. Whatever is happening, so the Sikh is sharing his avastha that Maharaj, whatever is happening, I do not feel any halchal in my hirday at all. I have become this Ananda Sarup that no no amount of things happening can reach this state. ਚੰਗੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਮੁਕਤ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹਾਂ, and there is no thoughts about that this is good, this is bad, this is pun, this is pap, this is me, this is another person. All this I have become free from it, because I have realized that I'm neither of that. There is no, I'm not a dual state, I'm not in dual state, I'm this Ananda Brahma Sarup, and that Sarup, I'm the one that the Brahm is playing with the Brahm. Dohra, ਜੋ ਸੋ ਉਸ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਸਰੂਪ ਦੀ ਡੂੰਗੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਨਿਸਚਲ ਚੱਲਣ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮਾਨੰਦ ਰੂਪੀ ਪਦਵੀ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀ ਦੀ ਤਾਂ ਇੰਦਰ ਆਦ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੇਵਤੇ ਵੀ ਚਾਹਣ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। So this Brahmanand avastha, even the greatest devte, they have desire of this. But because they are already experiencing the something, because at one point all the devte, they had manukha de, and they could not get Brahm Gyan, Puran Brahm Gyan, and because of those leftover desires or karam, because of the ichhava, They took janam as in Indar lok or different lok. Even they want to experience this Brahmanand and become mukt from this. That's why Maharaj says that this human form is extremely important, because in this human form we can understand, be- we can realize our sarup and become completely desireless, so that we can escape this cycle of birth and death, and plus escape this dukh and sukh, this suffering of mankind that is going on in the mind. So with the kripa of guru, through the human form we can do this vichar, and we can do nishkam seva, we can do abhyas. In that way we can attain this brahmanand as well. ਤਹਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਸ ਪਦਵੀ ਦੇ ਗਿਆਨਵਾਨ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਸਥਿਤ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੂੰ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਤੇ ਵਹਿ ਉਹਦਾ ਝਗੜਾ ਨਾਸ਼ ਹੈ, ਭਾਵ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਦਾ ਝਗੜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. So in that status, so padvi means that status, avastha. So in this gyanvan brahm gyan avastha, in brahm avastha, there is absolute stillness. There is no me, mine, yours, um, friend, person you don't like, any kind of debate, any kind of duality, any type of um, whatsoever, no amount of duality remains. So Mara says it is a avastha of absolute stillness that has no end to it, and that that itself is full of peace. And like we discussed before, that the peace mean it's explained as in it's a state of bliss or amrit, and it's a stillness of that, there is absolute no duality remains in that, because the Brahmagyanis antakaran is completely destroyed. They become the master of their mind. They understand that whenever they can give birth to the mind, and no amount of thoughts reach their avastha as well. So Maharaj Kirpa, we will take pause here today. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ